Everyone in Lianhua village knew Li Wei as the poor farmer. His house sat at the very edge of the village, an old mud brick structure with a leaking roof, cracked walls, and a single wooden door that creaked whenever it opened. He wore the same faded clothes year after year. His hands were rough, his shoes torn, and his bicycle older than most people's memories. People whispered, "He's poor. He has nothing but land and dirt. No girl would marry him willingly." So when Mei Lin, a city-educated woman from Shanghai, agreed to marry Li Wei, the entire village was stunned. And so was she. Chapter 1. A Marriage of Sacrifice. Mei Lin never imagined she would marry a farmer. She grew up in the city, high-rise buildings, glowing streets, cafes, and dreams that stretched as far as the skyline. She had a degree in finance, a promising career, and a future she carefully planned. But life, cruel as it often is, had other plans. Her father fell seriously ill. Medical bills piled up faster than she could count. Savings vanished. Loans were denied. Relatives disappeared. And desperation knocked on her door. That's when her aunt made the suggestion. "There is a man in Lianhua village," her aunt said quietly. "Li Wei. A simple farmer. He's kind and willing." "Willing for what?" Mei Lin asked. "For marriage." Mei Lin laughed at first. But when she saw the hospital bills again, her laughter died. Li Wei wasn't handsome in the city since. No fancy car. No apartment. No visible future. But he offered something no one else did. Help. "I don't have much," he told her honestly when they met. "But if you marry me, your father's treatment will be taken care of." She studied him carefully. His eyes were calm. No greed. No arrogance. Just certainty. "Why?" she asked. "Why would you do this for a stranger?" Li Wei smiled faintly. "Because I promised my late mother I would marry with sincerity, not conditions." Mei Lin didn't understand his words, but she nodded. And just like that, she became the wife of a poor farmer. Chapter 2. Life after marriage. The wedding was small. No luxury. No music band. No expensive gifts. Just villagers, red ribbons, and simple food. Mei Lin felt embarrassed. This wasn't how she imagined her wedding day. When she moved into Li Wei's house, reality hit her harder than expected. The house was old. The furniture was broken. The kitchen barely functioned. There was no internet. No air conditioning. No modern comfort. She cried quietly at night. "This is my life now," she thought bitterly. Li Wei noticed everything, but said nothing. Every morning, he woke up before sunrise and went to the fields. Every evening, he returned with mud-covered clothes and tired eyes. He never complained. He cooked simple meals, fixed broken things, gave Mei Lin space. He treated her with respect, but also distance. Almost like he was hiding something. Chapter 3. The Locked Door. Behind the house stood a large iron door. It was old but strong. Always locked. Mei Lin noticed it on her first day. "What's behind that?" she asked casually. "Nothing important," Li Wei replied. But his answer felt rehearsed. Village women whispered, "Don't go near that door. Li Wei doesn't like questions. He keeps secrets." Mei Lin grew curious. A poor farmer with secrets? At night, she sometimes heard faint sounds. Like machines, distant engines, or metal shifting. When she asked Li Wei, he smiled calmly. "The wind," he said. But Mei Lin knew. It wasn't just wind. Chapter 4. Humiliation. One afternoon, Mei Lin visited the market with village women. They mocked her openly. "A city girl married a farmer? Didn't you have better options? You'll regret this." One woman laughed cruelly. I heard your husband can barely afford fertilizer. Mei Lin smiled painfully and said nothing. That night, she confronted Li Wei. Do you regret marrying me? She asked. No, he answered immediately. Then why do you let people humiliate us? She cried. Why do you live like this if you don't have to? Li Wei looked at her quietly. The right time hasn't come yet. For what? She demanded. He didn't answer. Chapter 5. The Accident. Everything changed one stormy night. Heavy rain flooded the village. The fields drowned. Crops were destroyed. Li Wei didn't return home. Mei Lin panicked. She ran through the rain, calling his name. She found him unconscious near the iron door, injured by falling debris. Desperate, she tried to move him, but couldn't. So she did the unthinkable. She used his keys and opened the iron door. Chapter 6. The Truth Revealed. What Mei Lin saw behind the door shattered her reality. There were underground tunnels, modern equipment, security systems, monitors, documents, servers, vaults. This wasn't a farmer's storage. This was a business empire hidden underground. As alarms softly beeped, screens lit up showing farmlands across multiple provinces, logistics networks, renewable energy farms, and export routes. Li Wei wasn't poor. He was one of the largest agricultural landowners in the region. The man everyone mocked controlled millions. He woke up and saw her standing there. He sighed. So, you know now. Chapter 7. Why he hid everything. At home, Li Wei finally told her the truth. His family once owned massive land holdings. His father was betrayed by partners. Enemies tried to seize everything. So Li Wei chose a different path. He hid. He built everything quietly, legally, patiently. He lived simply to avoid attention. I wanted someone who loved me, not my wealth, he said softly. Mei Lin cried. Not from shock, but from shame. Chapter 8. A New Beginning. Li Wei used his resources to save the village. He rebuilt homes, paid debts, modernized farming, created jobs, but he stayed humble. Mei Lin stood beside him, proud. She didn't marry a poor farmer. She married a man rich in character, patience, and vision. Chapter 9. The world learns the truth. Months later, business media exposed Li Wei's empire. Reporters flooded the village. The same people who mocked him bowed in respect. Mei Lin watched silently. She already knew the truth. Final lesson. Wealth isn't always loud. Power doesn't always shine. And sometimes, the poorest man you see owns the most. Because true riches are hidden from those who judge too early.